surrounded by vampires. How to protect yourself from energy drainers in work and life by Thomas. Erikson is an insightful guide to dealing with individuals who drain your emotional and mental energy. While Erikson uses the metaphor of vampires to describe these people, he is referring to anyone whose negative behaviors suck the life out of you, leaving you feeling exhausted, demoralized, and overwhelmed. Energy vampires can exist in both personal and professional settings, and they come in various forms, from demanding colleagues to emotionally manipulative friends and family members. In this book, Erikson applies his popular color-based personality model to help readers identify energy-draining individuals and offers practical strategies for protecting themselves from these toxic influences. He emphasizes that by understanding how different personality types react to energy vampires, individuals can tailor their approaches to preserving their energy and setting healthy boundaries. The color personality model and energy vampires. As with his other works, Erikson structures his discussion around the 4 color personality types: red, yellow, green, and blue. Each personality type reacts differently to energy vampires, and each has its own strengths and weaknesses in dealing with these draining individuals. 1. Red dominant. Reds are action-oriented, assertive, and goal-driven. They are typically confident and don't like to waste time, which makes them less likely to tolerate energy-draining behaviors. However, because of their competitive nature, they can be drawn into unnecessary conflicts or power struggles with energy vampires, which can sap their energy. Reds may also overlook the emotional manipulation of others, focusing instead on results and objectives. 2. Yellow, influential. Yellows are sociable, enthusiastic, and thrive on human interaction. They love to engage with others and are natural optimists. However, their high energy and need for social connection make them particularly vulnerable to energy vampires. Yellows can become easily overwhelmed by people who constantly demand their attention or emotional support, because they enjoy helping others and being the center of attention. They may not immediately recognize when someone is draining their energy. 3. Green stable. Greens are calm, patient, and focused on maintaining harmony. They value relationships and tend to avoid conflict at all costs. This makes them prime targets for energy vampires, as they are less likely to confront or push back against those who are draining them. Greens may become overwhelmed by the emotional demands of others, but struggle to set boundaries for fear of creating tension or discord. 4. Blue analytical. Blues are methodical and prefer structure. They value logic and reason and are less likely to be emotionally manipulated by energy vampires. However, their tendency to overthink and focus on perfection can leave them susceptible to energy vampires who bombard them with constant demands, questions, or requests for help. Blues may find themselves drained by the need to solve problems for others, especially when those problems seem never-ending. Types of energy vampires. Erikson identifies several common types of energy vampires and explains how they drain others' energy through their behaviors. These individuals often exhibit toxic traits, such as manipulation, selfishness, or a constant need for attention. Some of the most common types include 1. The victim. This type of energy vampire always sees themselves as the victim in any situation. They constantly complain about how life is unfair and expect others to provide them with sympathy and support. The victim drains energy by creating a sense of helplessness and guilt in those around them, making others feel responsible for their problems. 2. The drama queen, king, drama. Kings and queens thrive on chaos and conflict. They are constantly involved in some sort of crisis and expect others to drop everything to help them. These individuals drain energy by creating an atmosphere of stress and urgency, where their problems become everyone else's problems. 3. The narcissist. Narcissists are self-centered and have an inflated sense of their own importance. They demand attention, admiration, and validation from others, and often manipulate people to get what they want. Narcissists drain energy by monopolizing conversations, making everything about themselves, and expecting others to cater to their needs without reciprocating. 4. The control freak. Control. Freaks need to dominate every situation and have things done their way. They micromanage others, constantly criticize, and are never satisfied with anyone else's efforts. These individuals drain energy by making others feel inadequate, and by creating an atmosphere of tension and frustration. 5. The passive-aggressive individuals are indirect in expressing their frustrations or displeasure. Instead of confronting issues head-on, they use sarcasm, subtle digs, or procrastination to get back at others. This behavior can be emotionally draining, as it creates confusion and forces others to constantly second-guess their actions or motivations. 6. The eternal pessimist. Eternal pessimists always focus on the negative and expect the worst in every situation. They are quick to point out problems and rarely offer solutions. These individuals drain energy by creating a gloomy and defeatist atmosphere, making it difficult for others to remain positive or motivated. How to protect yourself from energy vampires. Erikson emphasizes that protecting yourself from energy vampires requires a combination of self-awareness, assertiveness, and emotional intelligence. He offers several strategies for dealing with these individuals. Depending on your personality type and the specific type of energy vampire you are dealing with. 1. Recognize the signs of energy drainage. The first step in protecting yourself is to recognize when someone is draining your energy. This can manifest as feelings of exhaustion, frustration, or irritability after interacting with a particular person. By being aware of how you feel during and after interactions, you can identify who the energy vampires in your life are. 2. Set boundaries. One of the most effective ways to protect yourself from energy vampires is to set clear boundaries. This means being firm about what you are willing to tolerate, and not allowing others to overstep those limits. For example, if a drama king or queen constantly tries to involve you in their crises, you can set a boundary by refusing to get involved, or by limiting the amount of time you spend discussing their problems. 3. Say no. Many people struggle with saying no, especially to those they care about. However, learning to say no is crucial when dealing with energy vampires. You don't have to attend to every request or offer support every time someone asks. Saying no can help you conserve your energy for situations and people who truly need it. 4. Practice emotional detachment. Energy vampires often thrive on eliciting emotional reactions from others. By practicing emotional detachment, you can avoid getting sucked into their dramas or manipulations. This doesn't mean being cold or unkind. Rather, it means maintaining your composure and not allowing their behavior to dictate your emotional state. 5. Limit contact if possible. It may be necessary to limit or even cut contact with energy vampires, especially if they are causing significant harm to your well-being. While this can be difficult, particularly in cases involving family or close friends, it's important to prioritize your mental and emotional health. 6. Develop coping strategies. For situations where you can't completely avoid energy vampires, such as in the workplace, Erikson suggests developing coping strategies. This might include taking breaks to recharge, practicing mindfulness, or using humor to deflect negative energy. Finding ways to stay centered and calm can help you manage interactions with energy vampires more effectively. Emotional intelligence and self-care. Throughout the book, Erikson highlights the importance of emotional intelligence in dealing with energy vampires. Emotional intelligence involves being aware of your own emotions, as well as those of others, and using this awareness to navigate relationships effectively. By developing emotional intelligence, you can better understand the motives and behaviors of energy vampires and respond in ways that protect your energy. Erikson also stresses the importance of self-care in maintaining your energy levels. Taking time for yourself, engaging in activities that bring you joy, and surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people can help you recharge and prevent energy vampires from depleting your emotional reserves. Conclusion. Surrounded by Vampires offers a practical and insightful guide to recognizing and dealing with energy draining individuals in both personal and professional settings. Using his color-coded personality model, Erikson helps readers understand how different personality types are affected by energy vampires and provides tailored strategies for protecting oneself. The book emphasizes the importance of self-awareness, boundary setting, and emotional intelligence in managing relationships with energy vampires and maintaining one's mental and emotional well-being. By learning to recognize the signs of energy vampires and implementing strategies to protect yourself, you can prevent these individuals from draining your energy and live a more balanced, fulfilling life.